Hi all, good morning. Thank you for taking the time to review this presentation. This presentation is going to be divided into two different parts. First, I'm going to talk about the collaborative strategies for curriculum planning, followed by a shift into how these and some principles can be used for resolving some faculty conflicts. By the end of this, I hope to show you the intentional planning that's shared with different kinds of leadership and support both innovation and harmony that comes with higher education. Here is the collaborative planning benchmark presentation by Ashley Wilson, and today is June 4th of 2025. The introduction. So, with collaborative curriculum development, that'll involve multiple voices that works together to ensure how the educational experience is going to be. It's going to be meaningful, and it's going to be aligned, and it's going to be very inclusive. Rather than working in isolation, faculty and staff can co-create different solutions and content that will reflect how our goals and values are going to be created. Now with our program overview with Masters in English Education, this is a graduate program. It's basically designed to prepare you for your future in teaching. English at the secondary and post-secondary levels. It involves a program that will blend how literary analysis, writing different kinds of instruction, and the pedagogical theory. It's good for highlighting the need for collaboration between different types of when faculty is involved. And I laid it all out with different kind of goals, purpose, and platforms. So when we are talking about the advisory committee proposal, I want to break down a few key points when it comes to that. The advisory committee proposal is a group that would meet to discuss different kinds of course offerings, different kinds of program goals, how student outcomes are with these goals. The key is going to be shared input on how to create a balanced curriculum when teaching adult learners. Our goal is to create a semester with monthly meetings, review different outcomes, and integrate different kinds of workforce. Each stakeholder brings a unique insight. So with the stakeholders, this will include This will include how the faculty member comes in with the English pedagogy, how K through 12 administration is worked through, and how we can go above that, and how we can introduce instructional design. Now, with justification for stakeholders, this is how the administrators will bridge the gap between how different kinds of policies and classroom realities, but also while designing will help incorporate different innovative, accessible technology to be brought into the classrooms to ensure that courses are engaging and that they are for all learners. Efficient meetings will require some structure, and that includes how to assign clear roles, how we used those timed agendas, and how we will focus on the action ability within that. Digital tools will extend different kinds of collaboration beyond what our physical meetings will be. So with that meaning, these tools support shared documents, different kinds of platforms, how our functions are, real-time collaboration amongst each other, and how our organized discussions will be. With curriculum collaboration covered, I'm going to shift now into an equally important challenge. This is the transition to conflict resolution. Let's explore how some of those collaborative principles can solve our real-world conflicts within the faculty dynamics. For instance, with a scenario, the scenario is going to reflect a common yet complex issue. It's going to give us a course capstone within the class, co-taught, disagreements, grading rubric. The faculty will introduce how the academic rigor should be and how we take our expressions amongst it. Now, the goal is not to choose different sides, but to co-create a new rubric. Here's how our problem and goals are going to react. The solution lies in how our respectful dialogue and compromise, but also not choosing sides. We need to be unified when it comes to the rubric. We need to have goals set. Balance our creativity. We need to give different kinds of grading clarity, how we are going to grade, and encourage student work and encourage them to move forward. Each of our voices matter, but faculty will bring a valid perspective when it comes to that. So we do conflict stakeholders. Now, with that being said, what I mean by that is faculty A will focus on literature and different kinds of structured approaches. Faculty B will work on composition that focuses on how our open-ended grading will be. The chair is going to be the mediator on how our policy and grading is going to be. By analyzing past work and piloting the rubric with current students, we work on a collaborative conflict plan. And that involves joint planning, review different kinds of student samples that have been submitted, and talk about the rubric and give professional feedback with how we can move forward. So now I want to talk about promoting openness and accessibility within communication tools. How we do that? We can use Zoom with synchronous dialogue. We can be a good team by focusing on different kinds of ongoing messages amongst each other. And we can also share some Google Docs that we do. Here's how our meeting schedule and transparency could work. Weekly, we should be working on meeting up 30 minutes within Zoom sessions. Do an asynchronous check-in through email. We would want to work on peer review and see where we stand when it comes to the curriculum. In summary, how our collaborative planning, whether for curriculum or conflict, it enhances our educational experience. This will work on our collaboration and fosters our innovation and resolution. Strategic different kinds of planning that will ensure how inclusive you will be, and communication with a good solid foundation amongst each other. These sources grounded my approach in both theory and practice. I appreciate your listening today, and I hope you have gained some knowledge from my presentation. Have a great day.